Hi, I'm Gary Richter. I've been a veterinarian in California for a little over 20 years now, and I wanted to take a moment today to talk to you about some of my experiences both as a veterinarian, but also as a pre-vet student many years ago, and my experiences with today's pre-veterinary students. As a veterinarian for 20 years, I can't even imagine what other job I would do. It's been so rewarding and so fascinating and interesting for me. And I've had the great pleasure of being able to work with a lot of pre-veterinary students over the years, and I've really kind of gotten an insight into what the process is today and what it really takes for these young adults to get into veterinary school. And I have to admit, it's a bit of a tougher road than it was years ago when I went. These guys, in addition to the test scores and in addition to the grades, there's really an enormous requirement for work experience, for life experience. And one of the things that I think it's important to realize is that it's much, much harder to get into veterinary school than it actually is even to get into medical school. And really the reason for that is it's just sheer numbers. There are just fewer seats in veterinary schools than there are in medical schools in this country. And because of it, pre-veterinary students really need to find a way to set themselves apart. A lot of the veterinary colleges these days are looking at, give or take, about 10 times as many applicants as they have seats for. So that means, in addition to the test grades, and the classroom grades, which pretty much all competitive applicants will have, these kids need something to set themselves apart, something for the admissions committee to look at and go, wow, that's really interesting. That's a person that we would really like to talk to. And getting really good, solid experience in various settings within the veterinary profession is a great way to do that. Now, what you may have found as a pre-veterinary student is that getting in the door in a veterinary office or in some other veterinary setting is really not the easiest thing to do, particularly if you're in high school right now. There's a lot of potential challenges there, not the least of which being the unfortunate reality of insurance issues. As a veterinary practice owner, my insurance company really does not want me to have anybody under the age of 18 working in my office unless they're there directly through some sort of school sanctioned program where the school covers their insurance. So as a high school student, it's really hard for you to get that kind of experience that you're looking for. And not only do you need that experience from the standpoint of what that's going to look like on your application, but it's going to be really helpful for you and really valuable for you to just start to get a feel for what the veterinary profession really looks like, and specifically, what field of veterinary medicine do you really want to work in? Do you want to work in small animal, large animal? Do you want to work with horses, cows? Are you interested in research? It's really hard to make these kinds of decisions if you don't actually have the life experience to know what that's actually about. I think that's where the FutureVets program really, really comes in as a shining example of a way that, as a pre-veterinary student, and particularly as a high school student or as a college undergrad, that you can really start to A, get that life experience, and B, get the kind of experience that is going to set you apart on a veterinary school application. So to be able to say that you traveled to a foreign country, you spent time at a veterinary school working with the faculty at the veterinary school in a broad range of various departments, seeing what actually goes on in veterinary medicine. These are the kinds of experiences that are almost impossible for you to get here in the United States as a pre-veterinary student, because those opportunities just flat out don't really exist for too many people. So anything that you can do to be able to get that kind of experience, as I say, number one, it's going to set you apart. And number two, it's going to give you a real firm footing as far as what it is that you actually want to do in veterinary medicine. And let's not forget, the other piece of it is it's really hard to put a price on the kind of life experience as a young person to be able to travel to a foreign country and to see how other people live and to interact with other people. That kind of worldview, that is beneficial to you for a lifetime, whether regardless of what facet of veterinary medicine you wind up in, or if you ultimately choose to go a different pathway in your professional career. But one way or the other, the FutureVets program really does provide that kind of experience that can help you be a better applicant, a better veterinary professional, and ultimately just a more well-rounded person overall. I'm going to be going this year or this coming year in 2019, and I'm really looking forward to being able to interact with the students and to be able to share some of the knowledge that I've gained over 20 years as a veterinarian, and to be able to kind of chaperone you through some of these various facets that the veterinary school in Costa Rica is going to be able to show us all. So I really hope to see you there. Good luck in both your pre-veterinary career as well as your time in vet school and as a veterinarian, and I look forward to meeting you.